guys, so welcome to the Monday Night Golf Show. I'm back.
Back and bleary-eyed.
More coffee needed. So guys, I just want to thank you all so much for your kind messages on Facebook and Twitter of my arrival of my daughter. Ivy Shiels was born 27th, so 12 days ago today, and she's awesome. Awesome.
Tiny baby.
I'll throw a picture up on screen there for you guys if you've not seen it. But I want to again thank you all. Missed last week. Thanks Andy Carter for sitting in for me.
Yeah,
did a decent job.
I was wondering if you were going to get the seat back.
I was a bit worried. I was like that this morning. Should I go in and film the show? And I thought, yeah, go in.
Andy's actually on holiday, so we didn't have much of a choice really. Had to get her back.
I'm in substitute today. So like I say, I'm back now. I'm back filming, back teaching, and excited now to kind of run into the last end of the year, kind of all guns blazing.
You should be fully refreshed after 10 days.
Honestly,
off.
I feel ready.
Laziest person I know. 10 days off.
All I've done is slept. Well, I've not slept in the day and been up all night really. But yeah, Mum's doing good as well. My wife Claire's doing fantastic. So yeah, we are over the moon. So guys, obviously Monday Night Golf Show, we've done this a few times already now. If you missed last week's, it's on Pete's channel. Do check out Pete on his channel as well, guys. You can subscribe to him by clicking the link down below, because like I said, we are going to be alternating this program on each channel as well. Loads and loads to cover today, so we're going to fly through this pretty quickly. We're mega excited. Ryder Cup is getting closer.
Yeah, teams have been picked. Countdown is on. The end of this month. It's only what is it going to be under 20 days now until the start.
It's exciting.
I'm a little bit gutted because I'm not actually going to be able to watch it. But
where are you away?
I'm in Venice. The holiday was booked for me, and dates I'm terrible with, so I was just whatever, just book it and it's fine. Came back with the dates, and I was like, I'm sure that rings a bell from somewhere. Filled out my application for the Ryder Cup tickets, and then found out, oh no, I'm already on holiday.
One of the things I'm gutted about, I was planning on going to the Ryder Cup. I've got tickets for all 4 days. I was going to take my wife and my newborn. Children under 5 can't attend. So I'm not going either. Like I say, and the tickets are non-transferable, so I can't change the name on them. So yeah, thanks very much, PJ. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, Ivy.
Yeah, thanks, Ivy. I was just going to time her cries perfectly for the Americans' backswing. I'm guessing that's the reason why they're not allowed in. I'd only presume that. So yeah.
Oh,
I'm not going either.
I love
so
that.
I'll be watching it at home and just excited about it. Anyway, things to cover. We are going to talk about tactics today, Ryder Cup tactics, which is going to be really exciting. We're so disappointed that bloody Langer didn't get picked.
If you're watching, Paul, we're very disappointed in you. Still love you, but we're still very disappointed.
And just because we sent you an email every day and a tweet every day saying...
And a letter. A scented letter.
But anyway, I think your picks were fantastic, and it's a very, very, very strong team, and the right decisions, to be fair.
Yeah,
also, we've had an exciting weekend. PGA Tour, we had Billy Horschel, who won. A couple of little ups and downs with people, weren't there?
Yeah.
McIlroy was up there again. Garcia was up there.
Well, yeah. McIlroy had his 4-putt from 3 foot or whatever it was, which was quite entertaining for mere mortals like us to actually watch the top professional do that. It was quite nice in a way.
He did it on the next day as well again.
Yeah, I know.
He did it on Saturday and the Sunday.
Just as I don't know.
But what I love about it, I don't know if you've seen his Twitter. Do go and check out his Twitter because he's actually starting to become quite humorous. He kind of said, I think he said this morning. He said something like. If you missed it yesterday, I thought I'd do it again for you. And the monkey emoji over covering his eyes, so it's quite a nice little touch.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
More chilled out, I suppose now.
Definitely. And then Garcia had his shocker on the closing holes last night when he was in contention. He was 6 under for the day, and then he threw in a triple bogey after sculling a little chip into the water. It was strange. It was just very weird. He keeps getting himself in contention.
He does.
It just doesn't seem to get over the line, but it's a good sign going into the Ryder Cup again for Europe. So
very, very good side. Lots of very good players. But we had an American one. American winner.
Billy Horschel, I know.
Billy Horschel.
Very good, nice swing.
Yeah, we've just looked through his swing, and we were trying to pick out some unique features to his swing. Every bit of it is fantastic. It's not unique, sorry, but every bit of it is amazing.
Just so technically sound. He's very, very modern. He's got a very modern technique, very modern way of swinging the club. So we'll kind of do that analysis in a moment, and it looks very good actually.
We've picked up a couple of little pointers that are going to help you hit the ball further and help you, well, hopefully shape the ball a little bit more in a draw kind of manner from the things that we've picked up in Billy's technique. So that'll be interesting to see. So we'll jump on the mat and do a bit of that. We'll cover any questions you've got that you've hashtagged on Facebook and Twitter with Monday Night Golf Show. We're going to fly through them super quick towards the end and then fill you in with our exciting news that we've got just building up all the time. We're doing loads and loads of stuff on YouTube, from travels here, there and everywhere to private jets to different places around the country.
It starts to get a little bit crazy.
So we've got loads coming up, which is mega exciting, and we always want to keep you filled in with all that information so that you can keep up to date with it.
So Ryder Cup teams, if you've not actually seen them, selections have been made. The wild cards have been picked by both captains, and well, it's what's been expected within kind of the last kind of few weeks, really, that Europe, on paper, have the much stronger team. The much stronger team. US have got a few players out injured. Obviously, you've got Tiger, Duffner not there. So it looks like Europe are the favourites, but in the Ryder Cup, you can never predict these things.
And
so.
with Bubba playing well at weekend as well, Bubba came second at weekend. He's back. Seems a little bit happier. He's been up and down recently, hasn't he? But kind of came back out and played well this weekend. So
it's one of those things because Europe looks stronger in paper, but US team, they've still got Fowler, Mickelson. You get slightly unpredictable maybe this year, but it's Mickelson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zach Johnson always performs at Ryder Cup. Fury, Speed
had a good weekend as well.
Walker, absolutely love Jimmy Walker. The way he swings.
Hunter Mayhem won a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So it is a strong team still. It is a strong team, but Europe do look fair. When you've got the number one player in the world in your team. You're always going to be favourites.
You've had multiple winners, Justin Rose, multiple winners last. Kind of not had a phenomenal season this year, but Henrik Stenson, he's not really set the world alight this year, but certainly end of last year he was flying.
Yeah, Keimer,
Gallagher playing well.
You got
Ian Poulter just
Mr. Ryder Cup himself in there, so
he just injects himself with red, white, and blue, doesn't it? Well, not red, white, and blue. That's US, but more. I was thinking more UK, but kind of just injects himself with the ethos and the.
It's his tournament. It is his tournament. It's from a European perspective, you picture the Ryder Cup, you picture Ian Poulter going a bit mental, really. So that's what it is, really. But there's going to be some very. We're just trying to figure out actually kind of what the pairings are going to be, because there's a couple of new names in there, but a few absences like Donald, who I think the last few years has played pretty much every pairing, really.
Absolutely.
He's been a very good points winner, but not a great couple of years, so he's not in the team and he's in absence. But I mean, you'd probably expect a few of the pairings to go back together. McDowell and McIlroy, they're good friends and kind of normally play together.
But they've had a little bit of a tiff recently. They've not been as quite as close and clicky. So it'll be interesting to see if they do actually get paired together.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit more to that relationship than seen on the front. I think there's a bit more behind the scenes going on there.
God, you're such a gossip queen.
And if there's not, let's see a bit of drama. Poulter and Westwood generally play well together, which is good. But then you've got someone like Rose. I could just imagine Rose and Keimer just going out together and just uniformed.
I would love. I think Keimer and Stenson together.
Yeah,
that'd just be unreal. You can't see anyone really standing up against them two.
No, not at all. And then obviously you got all the fantastic, quite a few characters in the US team as well. You're always a bit edgy with Watson. Do you play him in the foursomes because he can be so erratic.
If you got a pair with Watson in the foursomes, Well, for a start, me and Rick would be wondering what we were doing there. But if you got paired with Watson in the foursome, you'd be like, because what could you do? Because you never know what he's going to produce.
No.
You never know what he's going to produce. So Watson in four balls would be absolutely amazing. But
you know, from a golf coaching perspective, the worst pairing that could go out is Bubba Watson and Furyk together.
Wow.
If those two went out together and won...
They'd break cameras if them two went out together.
Imagine if those two...
You won't be able to figure it out, the cameras.
I'd love to see Watson, Furyk against Rose and Stenson. Oh, imagine that. Oh, our heads as golf coaches would just explode. We wouldn't know how to deal with that at all. But it just proves that there is no technique. You know,
there's
no correct technique. There's bits of information that will definitely impact factors that will help you hit the ball better. But dancing and jiggling up at the top, it doesn't really matter. As long as you do it all the time.
It's one of those places because, like in the US team, although. I mean, Zach Johnson's not kind of a prolific winner, but you know what you're going to get from him. You're going to have a straight hitter, so you'd be love to be paired with him. He's obviously a fantastic putter. Fowler, an amazing putter as well.
He's playing
awesome really good as well. So you've got these kind of players, but from the European perspective, you've got unknowns to most Americans, kind of Jamie Donaldson, Victor Debussy, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Nice.
So he's a rookie French player who came second today at the match play earlier in the year with some just ridiculous up and downs in the playoff.
Yeah.
If you remember that one.
And Stephen
Gallagher as well, who we actually met when we went to TaylorMade Day. Really nice guy, actually.
Trump International, we met him and Rose. But yeah, Gallagher was really nice guy.
Yeah, absolutely smashes it as well.
Yeah, hits this really low, like obviously lengthy golfer.
Yeah.
It's this bullet of a golf shot, so it can be interesting to see if the wind does pick up at Glen Eagles.
You talk about someone who lags the club in the downswing. It almost collides with his body, the shaft on the downswing. is that much of a lag? And Paul's you'd pair with anyone. So
guys, we also want to know, who would you put together? Who would you put together as the pairings? What matches would you love to see? Singles and the doubles pairings as well. Fill out the comments box down below. We'd love to hear what you think, and we're going to be very active on that this week. Really reply to a lot of comments, so I want the most comments ever we can get. Yeah. Right, Billy, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the golf swing of Billy. We're going to jump on the mat, talk about a couple of factors in his golf swing and how it can help you hit the ball longer and straighter. It's not bad for it.
Billy Horschel, my inspiration.
So we've just been watching his swing for the last 5 minutes. He's obviously doing something for Pete. Right, a couple of things. We obviously, like I said, we talked about before about Billy's swing being very, very technically sound. It's fantastic. So many good points, it's untrue. And if we were to cover it all, we'd be here for another 50 minutes. We're going to cover one bit of it though, and that's kind of halfway down on the downswing, about halfway down position, and how it affects the impact and how it affects the ball flight. Yeah. So I'm going to get Pete into that position that we saw Billy into. Nice. Couple of things. First of all, we can see that the golf club is positioned behind our hands. The club head is way behind the forearm and the hand. That's going to help the club approach the ball much more from the inner side of the ball, much more. That can create a couple of different shots. It can create a nice curvature that moves right to left with a draw. It can create one that goes too far to the left or one that hits more of a push. Time it right with the correct amount of club face, aiming to the right, you're going to hit that nice, lovely draw. Another thing that we see as well, if I just take that peek back into that position again, is that a bit hard?
It's very early on a Monday morning.
Go down a little bit further for us, switch back parallel, right. What I really like about this position as well, this is something we saw massively on Billy. If I grab this alignment stick, is that the hips are a long way open, really open to our target. Yet our shoulders have still managed to stay closed. How much power is in that?
An incredible amount.
I mean, can you feel it here in your back?
Oh, big time, yeah.
So the hips are, sorry, go on.
Yeah, when you just hold it in this position, you can actually feel the strain and the stretching. It's the separation between the upper and the lower body. Now, obviously, kind of Horschel, as you know, he's a very kind of strong, athletic guy. You do need to have the ability to separate kind of the upper and the lower body to actually kind of make this manoeuvre. You won't be able to see many kind of part-time golfers who don't have the better fitness levels to actually get into that turn position with the lower half while keeping the upper half nice and square to your target line.
I think what Pete just did there, holding it in that position and actually trying to get in that position from a standpoint, I think that's a great drill.
It is actually quite tiring. I mean, I'm a little bit out of breath actually. Probably says more about me than it does about anyone else, but it's to the top, just moving it down, feeling like those hips are starting to turn and rotate towards the target, and then keeping the shoulders back and trying to get that club dropped into a position here. I mean, if this goes wrong and if you get it too on the inside, you can hit a massive kind of block out there, but you'll get a lot of power as you get that kind of separation in between the hips and the shoulders coming down.
I think that's the key. It's the power that you can create from it.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Huge amounts of power. You know, you've got one amount. You've got a full series of muscles moving one way, and another set of muscles moving, almost restricted and moving the opposite way. Mm-hmm. And that tension between the two is where that power is just produced so much. Billy's obviously a ping player as well, so he's all pinged up. We couldn't quite. G30?
I think it was G30, yeah. I think it was G30.
So if I was to hit, well, I mean, I do drop the club probably a little bit too far behind, and my downfall for that is that I can curve it too far right to left in the air, and that's something that obviously Billy's worked hard towards kind of not doing. There's limits to this. You don't want to drop a golf club that's too far behind you, because it can have the same effect of having it too far from the outside.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, if you are kind of a slicer of the golf ball, you do struggle with an out to in swing. You know, there are those who also struggle from the opposite direction. Hookers of the golf ball who come far too much from the inside, so it can be an issue in both directions. You know, there's no kind of particular right way.
I love it, and I'm sure you've had it as well. I love teaching where one lesson is massively outside, and all you're trying to do is get them more inside. And the very next lesson, someone else, the very next hour appointment, the club is too far from the inside for a certain golf, and you've got to try and get them outside.
Keeps it interesting.
It does.
It keeps it interesting. You're almost like running out of the studio, getting the other guy back in and say, listen, just swing for him.
Can you two just get together and just blend your swings?
We need to have a golf love child and just bring him into the world, please.
I think you could rent yourself out for that. I think lots.
Rent myself out? I'm not sure I like how this is where this is going.
Golf swing stallion.
Get my own stables, the Finch Studdery. I'll do that. If anyone's owning a ranch in Kentucky and they want to kind of get me over, I don't mind.
You're not coming anywhere near my daughter.
Nice.
Love it. So,
little draws there.
Hips one way, shoulders the other, club slightly behind, produces power, strength, a little bit of a right to left draw shot if you're a right-handed golfer, and just consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
In abundance.
I mean, if you look at kind of Horschel stats, I think he's top five. He's top five in eagles. I think he's fourth in eagles.
Yeah. And very, very high up on greens in regulation as well. So it does these exact same moves, hitting the irons. But yeah, that's how he creates that lovely, consistent golf shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do some questions. Let's answer as many as we can with hashtag Monday Night Golf Show, and then we're going to let's say fill you in with what we've been up to. Guys, if you've enjoyed that little segment, do comment down below. I'd love you to get down to the range and practice those movements. As always, tweet us, send us pictures. We'd love to see you actually doing these movements.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pete Finch is PF Golf Pro, myself is at Rick Shiels PGA. Check us both out. Send us some links and some pictures of your swings, and we can kind of go on there and see how you're all improving.
I'll just bash it through there. Ow.
Right, guys, so question time. We're going to start off on Twitter first. So all the ones that have hashtagged Monday Night Golf Show. Don't forget, guys, do check us both out. We're on there constantly, almost too much. But we've got loads of great stuff on there, so we'd love you to interact that way. We're going to fly through this as quick as we possibly can. Roger. So Rog2710 Rog.
Rog.
Do you prefer to use the middle two fingers of the right hand or concentrate on the trigger finger?
In the golf term, I'm guessing.
No, I'm guessing.
No, it's not shooting. So.
Do you prefer to use the middle two fingers right on the
Yeah, so with the grip, the trigger finger just refers to the positioning of the thumb and the right finger, basically, on the grip. And it's Hogan, isn't it? It's Hogan's kind of thing with the trigger finger there. It's kind of like the thumb and the finger pressing together, forming a bit of a trigger on the right hand. I think, to be honest, I mean, I actually quite like to keep my grip pressure quite even, really, throughout the grip. I don't really like to grip firmly or looser with any particular kind of fingers at all, really. I mean, I do get it into a shape like a trigger with this V kind of pointing up towards my my right shoulder, but as far as applying different kind of pressure points with the fingers, I actually keep my grip relatively even.
I'm not going to test that. I'll be honest, I don't know. No, it's not something I think about. It's not something that I think you should overthink.
Yeah.
Hold it what's comfortable, that's in a very grip that's going to suit your golf swing. So that's not always neutral. But it's a good question, but I don't think it's massively important. Pete's answered that pretty well. Can I keep it evenly spread all the way through your hand? Kian, do you think the FedEx Cup Playoffs are good for golf, or do they Americanise the game too much?
I've got to be honest. It's not something which has massively grabbed me. I've got to be honest. It's all right. It's just a way to. I think it was originally brought in because it's this time of the year where most of the other American sports are starting to kind of kick off. So you've got the American football season, you've got the baseball, you've got the basketball, you've got all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure about baseball actually, but the major kind of sports in the US are starting to kind of get underway now, and it was just a way to try and keep viewers involved with the with the PGA Tour, which is fine. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's not really grabbed me, to be honest. But
it's kind of this thing that I don't understand is where, you know, you've got you guys like Hunter Mayhem and Billy, where they've had a couple of fantastic finishes and bang, they're straight up to the top. And I don't quite get that. It's not as it seems to be the race to Dubai.
Yeah.
That seems to have kind of gone off the plateau a little bit.
It's a similar kind of concept on the European Tour, the race to Dubai. I mean,
but at least that's more of an order of merit. At least that's more on throughout the season. This seems a bit more right. On your marks, get set, go, go, play as much as you can and as well as you can, and just
big money events at the end of the day. I mean, I'd have preferred it to see a bit more of a, like an old-fashioned kind of tour championship at the end of the year. But I mean, I don't know.
I think it does slightly, to answer your question, I think it does slightly Americanise it. Not that's a bad thing. I think it almost kind of all singing, all dancing, sparklers and whistles and all this. And I think it's great for the game of golf because people do watch. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I think it does kind of really showboat it in the best possible way. So I don't think it's terrible. Very quick one, Ben Anderson. Ben actually asked the question about the golf clubs. Which golf club would you go hunting with? Remember? I'm sure that's the same guy. Dead quick question. What's Rick's daughter's first driver going to be? Honestly, I'm open to sponsorships from manufacturers, guys, so this is my little time to plug. I won't put them in order, but anyone that pays the most. I mean, I think a similar deal to McElroy's from Nike would be fine. You know, I'm happy with that.
Any sponsorship that pays through university will do. Yeah. Dunlop want to come in with a big deal.
I'm going to be dead honest with that question. I'm not that bothered if she doesn't play golf ever. So I'm going to let her decide, honestly. It's down to her. If she wants to be ballet dancer or horse rider, it's completely up to her. I'm not going to force her until she's 7. Right.
So, we're on to Rob Barker. And what's your go-to yardage and go-to shot? And what's your most memorable shot? Albatross ? I wish, Rob. I wish.
Yes. I've never had an albatross, have you?
No, never.
I've never had a hole in one.
No, I'm not either. That's our goal for next year.
We need to get one on a vlog.
Oh,
we have to.
Definitely.
We have
Definitely.
to. So, guys, how many holes in one have you had? You'd be like surprised. I mean, there's 5 teaching pros down here. I know. Has Andy had one?
I think Andy's had.
I think Andy's had a few. I think Jed's had a few. Peter Styles, one of the other pros down here, he's never had one. So 3 out of 5 of us have never had a hole-in-one. So please do fill me in. Obviously, who was the guy who won the BMW? The guy in hole-in-one who won the BMW, the i8.
That was the one Horschel just won.
Yeah. Someone won the car.
Oh, it was Crane. Was it Crane?
No. Who was it?
I'm sure it was Ben Crane.
No, it wasn't. He was driving around. He was driving after it. Anyway.
Let us know anyway. Yeah, let us know.
We should know these things, but I'm sure he got only one and won it. If not, I'm going to cut this bit. What's your go-to yardage and go-to shot?
I suppose go-to yardage is difficult because you need to hit
every yardage.
Yeah, you need to hit every yardage really. You need to know what clubs go the correct yardage, but if I put a good swing on a club, I kind of know how far it's going to go. But go-to shot for me is probably still a little bit of a fade. It's the one I feel kind of most comfortable with. Probably opposite for you, really.
Yeah, I hit more of a draw as my go-to shot. Go-to yardage. I remember a while ago when playing maybe more competitively and used to have the Bushnell, and every time I used to zap 89 yards, I was so bloody confident it was untrue. I just knew it was my 54-degree, 3/4 swing. And to me, as soon as I saw 89 yards on my Bushnell, or somewhere around that, I wasn't thinking about hitting it towards the hole. I was thinking about getting it in. That's how confident it is. So I think when you do get that confidence yardage, it is a massive, massive boost to your game. I really do.
I need to experience that.
Do you not have every yardage in the frigging book, this guy? So I don't, like I say, I think it's a great question. But yeah, what's your most memorable shot?
Oof, wow. Is this a good way or a bad way? Because I've got both.
I'm trying to forget the bad ones. I'll be honest. I can't. Not one of them is jumping out of my head. So I suppose I've not got one. I've got shots that I'm fond of, but I don't say it's one that really stands out.
I've got quite a few that I can remember. Like that 18 tee shot off Trump for a start. I mean, I'll never forget that for you if I don't go back.
That's true.
Probably my most memorable shot was one of my worst ones when I was kind of playing in some decent amateur events as a junior, and I played a 36-hole comp in a day, and I was a pretty angry kind of young junior, not this relaxed, mellow fellow you see today. I was quite an angry junior.
It's made you a better person.
Yeah, much better person. And he's actually from this shot because I hit a drive on a par 5. I was going for the green in 2. I was using like one of the old, do you remember the old kind of Railer TaylorMade 3? It was a tiny head ones. And I struck this shot. And I felt like I absolutely ripped it. And I looked up, I couldn't see it anywhere. Like my playing partners were looking around, we couldn't see it anywhere. So I was getting a little bit angry, why couldn't anyone see this shot? It was a great shot. And I was just about to put the club in the bag, go look for it by the green, and I just noticed this big hole in the ground, kind of just after where I'd hit the ball from. And the ground was really soft. Now, this perfect shot that I just hit, I actually must have hit just a perfect top. And this ball buried about 4 inches under the earth. So I had to dig it out, take a drop. And at that moment, I lost it. I properly mentally lost it, like clubs thrown, everything. But looking back on it, that's when I kind of figured out that I needed to just kind of chill out and let the bad shots go. So I'll always remember that as a turning point where I became a much more relaxed golfer.
It's actually most memorable. I love it. It's not always a good one.
But yeah, I mean, I've got memories of great shots as well, but that one's a good turning point for me.
Yeah,
So just a lesson for you there.
I think as a good thing, and I think it's a valuable confidence booster, is have a bank of good shots in your head so you can draw down on that confidence. Have a every time you've hit a really good shot, kind of store it in a part of your memory that you can rely on when in pressure situations. I think that really helps.
Well, Tiger Woods used to, I'm not sure if he still does, he used to use the trigger, didn't he? He actually hit a good shot, and that twirl of the club is a kind of something like a mental, like a trigger. So
like a tag.
Yeah. So when he hits a good shot, twirls the club, and he also taps his back foot into the ground, and that's a bank memory. So if he's kind of calling upon that shot maybe later on the round or later on that week, he can call upon, well, when did I hit this shot last? Oh, I hit a fantastic one on Thursday, down the 5th or whenever, when I tapped and tagged it. And that stores the good memories, brings it back, and it makes it more possible to hit the good shot next time. It's a really good kind of technique.
I like it. It's really
to
good.
use.
Really good way of doing it. I think the next one's quite a tricky one to answer. I'll be dead honest with you. Andy Kelsall asks, you must have played lots of golf courses, local golf courses. What's the best value, middle priced and high end? I'm going to be slightly sat on the fence here. Because we are PGA golf pros, we actually are very fortunate position that we don't actually need to pay for green fees on many golf courses. We actually get courtesy. So I'll be honest, we've not paid a green fee for a long time. So I don't know. And also local golf courses, maybe, that's just Manchester based. We play some very nice ones. You can check out our course vlogs for that. I think a lot of courses now are becoming much more competitive with their prices. I think with different discount codes, etc., you can get some really good deals.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't think we can answer that. If you are though, if you are wanting to help Andy, go and find him on Twitter.
Yeah.
_Kelsall.
Yeah.
Go and find him and please answer this question for him, because I don't think we're quite the best guys to answer that
just
question.
use him and use the hashtag Monday Night Golf Show as well, because there's some courses we've not played around.
And we'd love to know. We'd love to know what you guys think are the best ones as well.
Absolutely.
This is a great one, but something we can't do very quickly.
Oh, Robert Archer at Robbie Arch. Guys, please hit some drivers with the Persimmon Club and compare results with greats like Woosnam. I'm not sure if you want to get Woosnam on. If you're watching in, I'll pop on now. But I mean, that'd be good to do. Kind of get some old clubs and get out.
We'll do that. That'll be in a future video, definitely, without question.
That sounds good.
Very quick one with Kean Higgins. Very nice of you to ask. Not really a question, but hope the kids and the wife are great. Yeah, they're fantastic, and thanks for your comment. Facebook, we'll whiz over to that. Go on.
What have we got here? Some kind of technical questions. Noticing your videos from Jeff Gill that you keep your hands only slightly, if at all, in front of the ball. Is it better than keeping the hands more forward, or is it just different? I think this is the point of impact that Jeff's referring to. With the irons, you want the hands just ahead of the ball, just so you get a slightly descending arc. Just take the turf a little bit after the ball. Just create a nice divot. With the driver, it's slightly different because you want to be sweeping it up and off, so you don't really want to be getting ahead of the ball with the hands there. Kirby Lee, who in your guys' opinion have the best technically sound golf swings on tour besides Adam Scott?
We're not allowed to pick Adam.
No, apparently not. Right. I'm not sure why. But well, it's one of those things. I mean, how do you define technically sound? Is technically sound the ball that goes the straightest?
Yeah, that question asked 10 years ago, I think there would have been a more clear line cut of what technically is perfect. But because of launch monitors now, because of impact factors more than technique, I don't believe that question has an answer to it. Everyone can have an opinion on it, and I know he's asked your guys' opinion, who has the best technical golf swing.
Again, use the hashtag. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for us, a technically sound golf swing is one that works and gets the ball straight.
Exactly. So I'm not bothered.
Gary Roberts, I hit my irons and my 5-wood straight with a little fade, but my 3-wood and drive have a habit to slice. Is the length of the club to blame? If I change my shaft length to a 5-wood length, would that stop the slice? I think, Gary, it's probably more to do with the loft that's actually kind of on the club. With the higher lofted clubs, such as the 5, you have a little bit more kind of backspin, not quite enough kind of curvature, or kind of the spin axis doesn't actually drop to the side as much. So I think it's more to do with loft than actual shaft length.
I think shaft length has a very small factor in it because it will generate slightly more clubhead speed. More clubhead speed would encourage that spin to accelerate more, potentially, but I think it's more of a technical thing, the fact that you probably need to work on your delivery factors, etc.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change the length of you would at all.
No, if you change your shaft in the driver to a 5-wood length, you're going to be reduced in distance, and you're probably going to be getting close to what you at your 3-wood, 5-wood anyway. So there's not much point in doing that. Just work on the fundamentals.
Go and watch some of our videos about how to fix a slice more than fixing your clubs.
Absolutely, I like it. Nice plug. It's all right. Clayton Landell's regular questioner. Did you have a mindset change to reach low single figures, or did you always have that self-belief?
Wow.
Oof, I can't remember ever going from. I've always been the same with sports though. If I play a sport, I want to be the best I can be at it. So as soon as I started playing golf, I wanted to get down as low as I could. So I've always had that mindset, really.
It was just. I mean, we were both young when we not like these days now. We're that's an old, but when I know,
back in those days when we were just sweet pups up north.
We were. I'm sure, like Pete, we were probably in our teens, early teens, and there was never a factor that I wanted to change mindset. I just wanted to be bloody awesome. I just wanted to keep getting better and better and better and better and better, and you know that's what drives you on. So I don't think I think as an older golfer, and possibly as if we were taking up golf now, I always think about this question. If we were to take up golf now, I would get frustrated with it. I think it's really hard to pick up this time of year, this time of your life.
The thing is, I mean, we get kind of beginner golfers coming all the time, you know, from a 9-year-old all the way up to 80-year-olds who just want to kind of take up the game. So I think what you've got to do is you've got to get a clear kind of goal in mind, what you actually want to get out of golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you just want to get out there, you just want to enjoy it, then it's all about just going around there not losing kind of balls.
Yeah.
But, you know, you need to get your priorities correct before you can start kind of setting goals for yourself. So,
Dan Barlow, best tip for avoiding a blowout hole. Should we tweak Garcia for that one? After tweaking. Best tips is to try and keep a very consistent routine. So make sure that your routine is consistent all the time, from your practice to out on the golf course. Create a routine that's individual to yourself, that has all the main factors of making sure that you're concentrated, making sure you're relaxed, you're confident. And if you can incorporate those kind of feelings every time you hit a golf shot, you're still going to have bad holes. Everyone's going to have a bad hole without question. So there's no real way of fixing the blowout hole. But all you can do is do your best to make a very consistent model every time you hit golf shots. Really.
And it's just approaching, it's the old cliche, but it's just approaching, one shot at a time,
Absolutely.
If you hit a bad shot, it's not allowing yourself to be angry or frustrated by the time you actually reach the next ball. It's just allowing that shot to kind of fade into the past, not thinking about it too much, and then just moving on to your next one.
A couple of quick ones. One that's just come in really quick, actually. If you could, this is from Harry Hodson. If you could change any rule in golf, what would it be, and what is your best golfing memory? So we've done golfing memory. If you could change any rule in golf, what would it be?
That's a bit of a tricky one. I suppose it is slightly annoying if you just put your club down behind the ball, so you ground your club and it just moves very, very slightly. You get penalised a shot. That's slightly annoying, but it's there for a reason. Yeah. It's there so when people put the club behind the ball, they don't start shuffling it into a better lie. So.
I think every rule in golf is just to prevent exposure to that rule. I mean, stuff like you can't hit the flag when it's on the putting green, lying by the side. To me, it's simply so that someone doesn't line the flag up to the hole and just run it down there like a rail. Yeah, it's to kind of prevent any kind of twisting or bending of a rule. I think a lot of these things are in there for, like not grounding your club in a bunker. If you touch a grain of sand, it's not going to make a difference. But if you dig a big hole, but what there's no distinguish between that. If you say you can't touch, you can only touch 3 grains of sand, you can't do that. Yeah. So it's better to say just don't touch anything. A bit like the ball rule, like Pete just said. If you put your club behind the ball and you move it, you could move it 6 inches and go, oh, that was an accident.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about this perfect line I found myself in.
So I think the rules of golf are fantastic. I really do. I don't see any. I think as a rule book, they're easy to follow. Mm-hmm. They cover every aspect to it. There's obviously scenarios where you don't quite know the perfect rule, and there's always going to be that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But considering it's a sport that we referee ourselves every time we play. Mm-hmm. I think it's a very sound segment to the game of golf.
But again, let us know what you change.
Yeah, please do. Ben Evan Smith, have you ever tested the Cobra S3 Pro? No, I haven't. I'm sure we'll try and do some soon. And then one more. We've got one last quick one. Anthony, I'll let you finish the surname.
And Anthony Craig Gwynn, I think.
Gwyn,
I think so.
we've covered this already a little bit. What did you think of Rory on his 4-putt misery?
It's obviously not great to see because you want to see the best players do the best they can, but every now and again, even the top pros will have just an absolute brain fart.
I bet a lot of people enjoyed watching that. I bet
a lot of people replayed it and replayed it and replayed it.
One of the things that I really liked about it, and this is just from a mindset point of view, what I loved about it is that he didn't really get that frustrated. Obviously got a bit, shouldn't have done that. But every single putt, he marked it, he read it, he lined it up, and he putted it as if he was trying to get it in. It wasn't like Els at the Open, the first, like when he just like patting it around the hole. Now that to me is not it doesn't look like an attempt to try and get the ball in. No. McIlroy was and it didn't look easy. That green was really slope and it was fast.
I mean, that's the thing you've got to bear in mind. The greens do look flat on TV, but it's a very the greens that these guys play on are tough.
And I bet he wasn't the only player to 4-putt on it. No. I bet he wasn't. And what I loved about it, he was very confident over every putt.
Yeah, he didn't hold back or anything.
No. Really, so guys, that was all the questions we had this week. We really do appreciate it. Again, we really do. We do want to make this whole thing as social as we can. So do follow us again on Facebook, Twitters. You can check out our links. Comment down below as much as you can. We're going to jump on there so much this week and just fly through everything that we can possibly fly through. Sometimes we don't get to answer everything, but we do our best. So yeah, thanks very much. Awesome. Hashtag it Monday Night Golf Show. Last bit, just to finish off this episode of the golf show. Any other business that we've been doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been. I mean, since kind of Rick's been away. I mean, I've just been.
You've been lost, really. I think.
A little bit. I've been found wandering the misty streets of Manchester alone.
I saw a video of you wandering the streets of Manchester.
Literally on my days off now because I don't want to play golf on my own. I'll just go walk about and try and make friends.
So yeah, we've got, like I say, myself and Pete now. We've obviously got our own channels. We're doing lots and lots of stuff, but we are in close kind of working relationship where we are helping each other to build kind of this network and this YouTube business. Really, this. We're loving every bit of it. We're loving every week and the opportunities that we get, and we're going to keep doing that. One thing that we are keen on doing very, very soon is getting some good course vlogs, and this is an opportunity for us to kind of draw down on you guys. Do you play at a very, very, very good golf course in the UK? I mean, we might not even limit ourselves to the UK if it's that good. And if you see it, maybe you're an admin from the golf club, a secretary or social, marketer, etc., and you would like us to come down and do a course vlog, please do message us.
Let's give us a shout.
We want to play top golf courses, and we want to showcase it to you guys on YouTube as well. We've got hopefully got some matches lined up as well. Maybe some with me and my golf again towards the end of the year, which will be very, very exciting. We're flying here, there, everywhere kind of in the next few weeks as well. I've got a trip down to St Prince's Golf Club down in Kent, so that's going to be exciting. We've got Titleist Factory coming up. We've got Callaway potentially coming up. We've got loads and loads and loads of things, exciting things to come up. So it's kind of the opportunity again to make sure you subscribe to both of these channels. It's important that you do so. It gives you the kind of first heads up as soon as we release a video. It's free. It's all free, so there's no paid subscription. And I know not just this channel, every channel on YouTube. So subscribe, and then you get the first viewing of each video.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, the more you kind of obviously subscribe, comment, like the videos, let us know what you want to see. I mean, that's what we'll try and do. I mean, we've both been really kind of taken aback and surprised at how much it's actually kind of kicked off and how much support we've been shown. So we just want to kind of get out there, do more stuff. I mean, we're going to have a chat kind of off camera about things that we've kind of got planned for this year. So and kind of early next year as well. So there's so many kind of things exciting coming up, and it'd be great to just take you guys along for the ride. So yeah, please subscribe to both channels and yeah, share this adventure we're on together, really.
So thanks for watching, guys. We do appreciate your support, we do appreciate you watching, and we look forward to seeing you next week with only a few days left before the Ryder Cup.
Indeed.
See you all later. Cool.